Sickle cell disease is a genetic defect in hemoglobin, which is the protein in blood which carries oxygen from the lungs to the body.
Just because of a single change in DNA, red blood cells that are normally round and can get through blood vessels very easily become distorted and very stiff and block blood vessels. When that happens, kids can have crises, the most common of which is severe pain. Other things include stroke, getting blood stuck in the spleen, and several other complications. In people who don't have sickle cell disease, the red blood cells are shaped sort of like lifesavers or discs, and they're fluid-filled. They're sort of like a jelly donut, and they can squeeze through very small blood vessels. But when a child has sickle cell disease, when the hemoglobin from the sickle cells gets clumped together, these blood vessels become very stiff and rigid, and they just can't get through small spaces. And when that happens, the organs don't get enough oxygen and they get injured, and tissue injury and inflammation happens. Even when a child is not having pain or having a crisis, this is happening on a small level all the time in children with sickle cell disease. One day one of my teenagers came into clinic and he had his finger bandaged, and I said, why is your finger bandaged? He said, well, I smashed my finger in a car door. I can tell you, I know exactly the time and location when I smashed my finger in a car door 30 years ago. And I said, so how does this compare to your sickle cell pain? And he thought a lot about it, and after a long time he said, Dr. Hofstra, it hurts almost as bad as a sickle cell crisis, but not quite. The average pain crisis in a child with sickle cell disease lasts 5 to 7 days. So think about smashing your finger in a car door for a week, and you can imagine what happens to our young men and young ladies with sickle cell disease.